Hey everyone, and welcome back to today's video. Today, we're heading over to Judge Lau's courtroom, someone we don't feature on this channel very often. But when we do, it's usually a chaotic case. And today is no exception. We're looking at someone who learns the hard way what can happen when you don't take probation seriously. There are important lessons to be learned here. So let's dive in and see exactly how this situation unfolds.
All right, People versus Anthony Capel, 227189 FY. Mr. Capel appears in person this morning along with counsel Nancy Schaub. Good morning. The prosecution does not appear this morning of their own choosing. In regard to the matter then, did you have a chance to go over the resentencing recommendations with Mr. Capel?
I did, Your Honor. There's nothing of a factual nature that we need to address in there. I did talk to Mr. Capel about his payments. He's indicated that he was planning on paying with his taxes. I think he has some financial difficulties due to being in and out of work. So I think he's trying to catch up on some back bills and putting the court on the back burner, so to speak. Advised him that's not a good idea. Even paying $5 a week would make an impression on the court. So I think he'll try and do better going forward. With regard to the drug screen today, he advises me that he will not pass the drug screen. And
In what respect are we not going to pass?
said he was going to be positive for marijuana and meth.
He claimed he needed marijuana to help him come down from meth, and you can immediately feel the judge's frustration as she lets out a long sigh. Meanwhile, his lawyer sounds completely fed up, as if she's done trying to deal with his excuses and would rather be anywhere else. It's one of those moments that really highlights the tension in the courtroom and how exhausting it can be for everyone involved when someone refuses to take responsibility for their actions.
Well, I think that's a real good reason, Mr. Capel, to start looking at why you can't make any probation cost payments. You're spending it all on meth. Anyway, go ahead, Ms. Schaub. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Your Honor, he was honest with me that he would not pass. I discussed with him where he got it, and he apparently said it was a gift.
So who's this gift from, Meth Claus? Or was it one of those questionable gift exchanges where you gave him some money and he gave you drugs in return? Either way, it's clear that whatever happened wasn't exactly legal or smart. Moments like this really show how poor decisions can quickly land someone in serious trouble, especially when they involve controlled substances.
But obviously, given his circumstances, that was not a wise choice. But he does have a full-time job. If he goes to jail for 15 days, I don't know if that job will be available when he gets out of jail. So I don't know what the court wants to do with Mr. Capel. I don't know how. I had notes prior to his pleading to this that he had been testing clean and doing what he was supposed to do, but apparently he's gotten a little bit off track. I'm hoping the court will give him one more break and not put him in jail today.
Thank you. Mr. Capel, anything you'd like to add?
Yeah, I work at hometown right now. We're reduced to winter hours.
What?
We're reduced hours right now because it's the slow season. So I'm only getting like 32-ish a week. So it's like $500 a paycheck, roughly, give or take, after taxes. But I should have enough today for, if not half, majority of the court costs that I owe. Because of 4 seasons, I clocked enough hours, I think. I'm just waiting on the W-2. SE. I worked there for 2 days.
Yeah, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that not paying your probation fees isn't what's going to get you into serious trouble today. It's the drugs. Failing to handle probation fees might cause issues later, but bringing controlled substances into the mix is a whole different level of legal trouble. It's a clear example of how one poor choice can overshadow everything else and make consequences much more severe than they would have been otherwise.
Well, Mr. Capel, anything else you'd like to add?
May should go back to regular hours, so I'll have a lot better time
How long have you been there?
since July.
And what are you working now then?
What's a rotating schedule? So it's 8 to 4 with Wednesday off, and then the Saturday off for my work van, and then it's 9 to 4 or 9 to 5 with Wednesday off, and then I work that Saturday 8 to 1. That's if I don't get sent home early, because we have a high school kid that comes in about 3:30. Usually let him get a couple hours for the end of the day there.
Well, I have some serious concerns here. This was an underlying felony, Mr. Capel. You had 2 charges of assault with a dangerous weapon, felonious assault, felony firearm, reckless use of a firearm, and it was a very troubling underlying situation. In a dating relationship, argument the day before, pushed her on several occasions. Victim and another victim were present in the apartment. You became upset, retrieved a revolver from your bedroom, brandished the revolver, and demanded everyone leave the apartment. That was pled down by the prosecutor's office. You ended up pleading on a domestic violence, an assault and battery, and a reckless use of a firearm, all in misdemeanor court. That you were placed on probation for in January of 2023. Your bond condition, sir, where you were not supposed to be using marijuana or other types of controlled substances that weren't prescribed to you way back in November of 2022. That was put into place. That continued when you were sentenced in January of 2023.
I'll never understand why some people treat their probation requirements like a simple rent-to-own furniture contract. There's a big difference. Failing to pay a furniture plan might hurt your credit, but failing to follow probation conditions can cost you your freedom. Now, the judge is about to address this guy directly, and you can tell she's not holding anything back. So get ready. This is one of those moments where the courtroom really shows how seriously the rules are taken.
In regard to the matter then, we've had several blips with your probation, and then most recently what you're being sentenced for today was on September 20th, you had a positive for methamphetamine. Here we are in January of 2024, and your lawyer's telling me you're still going to be positive. I lowered your payment to $100 a month starting back then in October, and you still haven't made any payments because from what it seems like to me, the money's going out the door. Maybe you've got less hours, but you have not. How do you justify purchasing methamphetamine? You can't. And maybe it was a gift, maybe it wasn't, but now we got September and January on top of everything else going on here. It sounds to me from the behavior that was demonstrated at the underlying charge, you had probably some meth going on that day and an inability to control your anger due to the ingestion of meth. It does not do good things to people. You're lucky you didn't kill somebody that day. This is absolutely ridiculous. Now you come in here telling me, I can't go to jail, Judge, because, I'm going to lose my job and I value my job. If you valued your job, you wouldn't have been doing meth. You know you're being watched. I mean, how bad of a problem do you have when you know you're being watched, you're coming in to get sentenced for violating your probation for using meth, and you come in here dirty for meth? That's not my problem. That's your problem. That's a big problem. That's what you're telling me. Red flags going up all over. Problem. Can't even control my behavior enough when I know I'm going to go to court and get sentenced. So I am sorry, Mr. Capel. Sometimes we are our own worst enemies, aren't we? I don't know what to tell you here, but this is absolutely ridiculous.
Give me 3 weeks, I can guarantee.
She's not worried about payment. She's worried about you doing
I can
drugs.
guarantee you clean and then I'll guarantee everyone after that to be clean.
Now that actually sounds like a smart plan. One you should seriously consider starting as soon as you get out of jail. Putting it into action sooner rather than later could help you avoid getting into trouble again and set you on a better path moving forward. It's a simple step, but it could make a big difference in how things go for you once you're back in the real world.
You should have been doing that all along, Mr. Capel. So this is where you're at today. I'm going to continue your probation. If you can't establish clean testing, get used to the bunk rack over there, because that's where you'll be back. Your outstanding balance is $795. I will allow that continued payment to commence 30 days after his release from jail. Recommence.
That was $17.95, Your Honor.
What did I say? $17.95. I'm not going to assess another attorney fee. We'll take that off of there.
Can I get a report?
I'm going to order 15 days in jail, 0 days credit. I will hold 10 days in abeyance if you successfully pass a drug screen today at booking. If you don't, you will serve the 15 days commencing immediately.
Well, it looks like he's been sentenced to 15 days, and the time starts immediately. There's no delay or grace period. He's going straight into custody to serve his sentence. It's a quick but clear example of how the court enforces the rules, without hesitation when probation violations or other issues arise.
You are still required to attend the Divert Counseling Program. You can continue attending that. So, Mr. Capel, if you can't pass the screen today, you're going to be sitting your 15 days.
And
Can't get a
then
check-in date, so.
No, it's right now.
when you
Right now.
get out of jail, you check in with your probation officer as soon as possible.
Right now, Mr. Capel, you made this bed yourself. Think about it. You got 15 nights to think about it.
Sign, and then he'll take you down to probation.
Yes, he's going to jail either for 5 days or 15, depending on him. So if you test clean, you'll be out in time to go to work on Monday. That key is in your hands. I can't do anything about it. In regard to the matter, that's that. Did you understand your appeal rights then, Mr. Capel?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
All right, everyone, that wraps up today's video. The main takeaway: don't make the same mistakes this person did. It's a perfect example of what not to do. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and hit the like button. If it wasn't your favorite, you can hit dislike, but either way, make sure to leave a comment down below and share your thoughts. And don't forget to subscribe with notifications turned on so you never miss any of my upcoming content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.